Hello, digital friends. I just kind of wanted to share a train of thought that I've been having actually since October, off and on, not consistently, but I came across today a note in one of my on my phone, and it rekindled the thought process, and I wanted to, like I said, take you on a ride. So buckle up, even though there's no seatbelts, but here we go. So I want to preface with, as an American citizen, I kind of have always been, for lack of a better word, disgusted with like how much consumption is pushed on us, right? Eat in excessive amounts and buy in excessive amounts and watch movies and TV shows in excessive amounts, scroll excessive amounts, consume, 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 consume. And so I didn't really become aware of that, though, that's what was bothering me a lot with American society. I mean, I understood that, oh, people are shallow because they want money to buy too many clothes and shoes that they'll never finish wearing. And, like, that has always bothered, obviously, the mind part of me. Just seeing how senseless it all is, right? But as I've kind of come into trying to grow my sense of spirit, or my spiritual self, rather, I've realized that it's the nature of consumption being pushed as the only way to experience life, the only part of life that matters, right? And it's a very like hedonistic kind of viewpoint, and I can't even really say anything about hedonism other than it's not necessarily what I follow these days, but I definitely did live a very hedonistic lifestyle, and purposefully so, for years. And so but I didn't want to consume the corporate stuff. Corporate consumption is definitely something I've never been interested in partaking in, really. But so got me thinking today. Well, kind of a little bit then, and then I hammered out why it felt true today. So consumption, not just like, when I say consumption, I'm more so going to be talking specifically about American corporate consumption, in excess, right? Excess consumption, rather. And so I found myself wondering, well, if it's excessive corporate consumption that is making me feel so icky about my country, what would be the opposite of that, right? And so when we consume, I believe the opposite would be the other part of that relationship, who we're consuming from, the producer, in essence, creation. And so it got me thinking about how, we can, and it's something that has helped me feel better in just living in American society where excessive consumption is pushed so hard, has been kind of to balance the scales with creation, as an artist, as a writer, as a musician, and even just now, like, to bring something to fruition rather than to consume it. And I know a lot of times we think that the opposite of creation is destruction, and I don't think that I am actually saying that that's untrue when I say that consumption is and creation are opposites, right? Because when we're looking at creation versus excessive corporate consumption in America, in a way, it is destruction. Because obviously, if one thing, creation, has an opposite here called consumption and another called destruction, would not these opposites be the same, right? Or at least carry a similar kind of intention or energy, right? And so with the way that excessive consumption is pushed on us, I do believe it is a sense of destruction of the human mind and soul in a way. And I know that seems like kind of a leap, but either way, I really do see a lot of parallels in the ways in which being taught to consume excessively does destroy us. When we consume massive amounts of unhealthy foods or calories or saturated fats, like, we destroy our body, and we move further from health, as we destroy our body. And so when we look at, too, like, I've caught myself, this is the part I kind of like was adding on a bit today. So when we have creation, production versus destruction, consumption. I know that whenever we have two things that are opposite each other, there's always something in the middle. But it did not come to me for a bit what was in the middle of creation and destruction. And I think for me, what feels true is that transformation is in the middle of creation and destruction. When we transform something, we take the old, we destroy the concept of the old, and we create a new concept, yet we are using all of that. So it is neither just creation from nothing nor destruction of everything. It is both and neither. That would be transformation. And so the middle path, the middle way, many people before me have spoken of this, and I find that this has always felt, or not, maybe not always, but balance has always felt great for me when I can swing it, right? And so, yeah, I want to always find that middle ground. I have lived a life of opposites on either side of the spectrum, and neither brought me peace or happiness like the middle way has. The middle path. My cats are fighting, playing. I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, so I thought that was a really cool understanding that I kind of discovered, was that in these opposites, we can find both and neither in the middle. And so I'm going to take this concept and try to find a practical way to live in transformation rather than creation or destruction. Because when we choose to just live in creation, say we produce, sell, all you do is make paintings and you never look at them or something, you're putting in all that creation energy, and somewhere, sometime, it's going to have a balance of all destructive energy, right? Just if we listen to the laws of, like, well, there's not really, well, this isn't science, this is like pseudoscience, metaphysics, woo-woo bullshit, but whatever, you know? We can't prove it, but I firmly do believe that all of life balances, much like an equation where you have the infinite negative and the infinite positive on either side. It's zero, it's nothing, and yet it is also everything, the totality of everything. And so, yeah, that was kind of a, I forgot how that related to what I was just talking about. But yeah, so transformation. I'm going to try and figure out how I live a life of transformation, taking what I feel like must be destroyed and creating from it, not wiping it out and forgetting it and starting anew, right? We need to be looking more at transformation as a species, I think, that middle path between creation and destruction, if we would like to remove ourselves from the cycle of opposites. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little bit. Probably would have made a better video if I'd like scripted it out or something, but you know, whatever. So yeah, I guess that's all. Bye.